Morning guys. I'm making this video off the back of my last video where I told you how I came to the eventual decision of giving up alcohol after 40 years of drinking. And at the end of it, I was drinking crazy amounts, just to get that hit because my body was so used to the amount of alcohol I was taking in. So I thought I'd make this one to talk about how the first few weeks was for me. When I decided to give up, it was in the evening of the 7th of January 2019. And I said to my wife, I said, that's it, I'm done, I'm finished. And she was full of admiration, but I could see she was sort of nervous as well because I don't blame her really. It could have been, yeah, all right, there's no way you can do this. And that's not judging her, it's just that I've, you know, tried moderating, that went out the window and stuff, so I didn't blame her there. But I woke up on the Tuesday morning, the 8th of January last year, and I had a mixed feeling of euphoria, excitement, and also I was very, very scared of what I had ahead of me, and I was literally taking an hour at a time because I didn't know what to expect. I was never a day drinker, apart from Sundays. That was my elephant in the room there, lunchtime Sundays. But yeah, I managed to sort of get through the first few days relatively easy. I decided to go to bed really early because my worst times for cravings was like 5:30 to 9 at night. So I used to have a shower and that, get into bed and put a film on, go online and look on Instagram. I found a few sober accounts, followed them, got a few books ordered from Amazon and read a couple of those bit by bit, chapter on chapter. And the first few days seemed to be okay. I think it was after a couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe, that I realised that this was a life change for me, I originally agreed to do 3 months to myself. And after a couple of weeks, I thought, well, you know what? In 3 months, I'm going to be right back to where I was, drinking crazy amounts after a couple of weeks. So I made a pact with myself that I will give up booze forever, and that's the way I work. I have to make these decisions to keep to it. I'm very strict with myself with things like this. And once I kind of made that pact with myself, it seemed to be a little bit easier for me. I didn't feel as flaky around it. So I created my page Sober Dave on Instagram and I logged my journey day to day on there. And it was incredible the amount of support I received pretty quickly actually. My followers grew, I was getting lots of comments on my posts. There were lots of like-minded people who had been where I'd been or were going through what I was going through. And because I was honest and authentic with my journey, it seemed to be a big hit with people because they seemed to appreciate the truth of it. My good days, my bad days, my this is amazing or this is terrible posts and stuff like that. And I decided that sleep was a big thing for me because I was the typical drinker that felt that I had to drink to get to sleep. But I think we all know the 3 a.m. terrors where you wake up and your brain's all over the place, you're worried about things, and then you fall asleep at 6 o'clock and then the alarm goes off. But it wasn't long before I started to actually sleep. And because this was quality sleep, I was waking up feeling refreshed. And this probably for the first time ever. I didn't have that horrible muggy feeling or that listlessness, and I felt more positive. So then I started to Google good foods to eat, power foods to get the serotonin up and the dopamine levels. And there's so many power foods like broccoli, nuts, you know, carbs, all good for your system. And I think, you know, I embraced it with my open arms. And I was really surprised about how well I was doing. I had the odd little blip, but I think because I've made that decision to give up forever, I realised there was no going back. And I just threw complete positivity at it. Rarely had the negative thoughts, but when I did, I got rid of them because I realised that the nagging voice of negativity was doing me no good at all. If I had those thoughts, I just got up and got myself occupied. I'd go for a long walk. I'd go and watch a film. I'd have a nice bath, or I'd do some cooking, or anything to take my mind away from it. And I was surprised how good that was for me, how positive it made me feel. So this is a short video just to tell you about my first few weeks, and I was really surprised how easy it was. I think I thought to myself, life without booze, what is there? You know, that was a daunting thing, but that was because I was so used to it. And when I gave up, I realised there was a whole new world out there, a whole new life. And that's what kept me going, and that's what kept me positive, getting up early, feeling refreshed, looking better. People were saying to me, God, Dave, you look great, you know, and it was a brilliant decision. So I'm going to make a video on the next one about 3 month stage. So please subscribe, share this video, and I'll talk to you soon.